Just updating our breaking news now on our Prime Minister being caught up in a new controversy involving Donald Trump. Let's go straight to Nine's political editor, Chris Uhlmann in Canberra now. Chris, you have new information.
Yeah, we now know that the Australian government was approached by Donald Trump to help with a review of the Mueller inquiry. Now, that inquiry was into Russian interference in the American election, which Donald Trump was caught up in, went for quite some time, as you will recall, reported earlier this year. And the foundation stone of that was really a conversation that was had between Alexander Downer and a guy called George Papadopoulos back in 2016. Papadopoulos worked for the Trump campaign and told Downer that they had information from the Russians, and once that started to be released, well, what happened next was that the whole Russian scandal erupted. Now, I have a letter that has been just sent to me now, which is from Joe Hockey, and what it says is he's writing to the US Attorney General, and he says, I refer to President Trump's announcement on 24 May that you will investigate the origins of the Federal Bureau of Investigation's probe into Russian links to the 2016 US election. I note that the President referred to Australia, the United Kingdom and the Ukraine as potential stakeholders. Moreover, I note that he has declassified intelligence material to support your investigation. The Australian government will use its best endeavours to support your efforts in this matter. While Australia's former High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, the Honourable Alexander Downer, is no longer employed by the government, we stand ready to provide you with all relevant information to support your inquiries. The acting White House Chief of Staff, the Honourable Michael Mulvaney, has been copied on this letter. Now, this is quite explosive because, of course, the United States at the moment is in an impeachment inquiry into whether or not Donald Trump should be impeached, based on a conversation that was had between the Ukrainian president and Donald Trump. We now know that he had a similar conversation with Scott Morrison, asking him to join into this inquiry. Now, as far as the Australian government's concerned, they are doing no more than supporting an investigation which is running in the United States, something which happens all the time. But the political overtones of this are unmistakable and explosive in the United States, and the Prime Minister will be answering questions about this all day today, and I expect for some time to come.
So is this the Trump administration going after our Foreign Minister or former Foreign Minister Alexander Downer?
Well, they certainly were angry about the fact that, and Donald Trump did mention this earlier in May, that he wanted to know what had happened with Australia in the sense that the Australian government, once Alexander Downer had that conversation with George Papadopoulos, nothing much happened for a couple of months. But then that information started to be leaked in the United States about Hillary Clinton's campaign coming from those Russian sources. The Australian government then obviously contacted the US government to alert them to the fact of the provenance of that material, where it had come from. Now, of course, Donald Trump has been dealing with the fallout from that ever after. Alexander Downer has said again today that the conversation that he had with George Papadopoulos was fairly innocuous. But no, we've now been caught up in the domestic politics of the United States, and I can tell you, having just come from there, it is absolutely toxic there. This impeachment of Donald Trump will be what dominates US politics from now until the next election. And if it was nasty before this began, it's going to get a whole lot nastier, and Australia's now part of this.
Yeah, all right. OK, thanks for the update, Chris.
Hi YouTubers, I'm Davina Smith. Well, click here to keep watching Great 9 videos and subscribe to our channel here for lots more news, analysis and exclusive content. For breaking news, see you at 9news.com.au.